One of the fake news media was asking me the other day, what about the blue tent? What blue tent? Because all the tents are gone. Somehow these people were very well connected with the communist cause. And I said, there's a tent up there. Really? Yeah. And he was a friendly reporter, for a change. He said, it's terrible that the tent. I said, I didn't know that. I'm surprised. And I checked. And there was. And we got it down very quickly. It's down. It's down. Wasn't easy, people chained themselves to a tree and this and that. But that's okay. They can chain themselves. And that was a tough one. That's been there for years. Been there for many years. We took it down. It came down very quickly. And so I hope Attorney General Bondi will be looking into some of these things. And I really know that some of them she is. And she's done such an incredible job. She got a lot of pressure on her not to do these things by a certain group of people that I guess don't love our country, or there's some ideology that they're just indoctrinated with. But she's going to do a fantastic job, and we're waiting for a call from Chicago. We'll take Chicago. And again, DC is right now so safe you can go out. Friends of mine called, one in particular. He's been in DC for a long time. And he said, I haven't gone out in 4 years for dinner with my wife. The restaurants were all closing because people were afraid. Even if they were in the restaurant, it didn't matter. They were held up. Guys would walk in with guns into a restaurant. And that's over, not happening. It's now safe. And this man said, I've gone out to dinner in the last week and a half 4 times, and I am so safe. My wife could meet me at the restaurant. She could walk by herself. There is zero threat. The National Guard working with the police, working with the mayor. The mayor has, that's not her ideology. And now I think it maybe is her ideology. She's taking a lot of heat too, from the radical left. They don't like that she's allowing it. But look, she's going to either allow it or will just do it because, it's just that she understands. Now she understands that. But I can tell you, the people of DC are thrilled. I have never had so many people. The other day, I had a big scrum in front of me of the press. And I said, everybody here, or many of you, have been mugged, right? And they're all going like, and these aren't people necessarily. And I said, they're all going, yeah, yes. What about you? Yes. It's true. I was, a couple of times. Every one of them. That's crazy. Not going to happen anymore. So right now we went from one of the most, if some people say the worst, the most violent city, can you imagine our capital being the most violent city? But it was really bad, into a totally safe zone. It's called a safe zone city. There's no crime. They said crime's down 87%. I said no, it's more than 87%. Virtually nothing. And much lesser things that take place in the home, they call crime. They'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say this was a crime scene. So now I can't claim 100%, but we are. We are a safe city. You can walk to a restaurant. You can walk to the White House if you work there. You can walk to the Capitol. And even the Democrats say, I can't believe that. But they don't want to admit it. But I can't believe that. We could do the same thing in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. We did it. We saved Los Angeles. Did you know that Los Angeles was a mess? If we didn't send our troops then, Gavin Newsom would have had a real problem. We sent troops right in at the beginning, and we killed it. And it was nasty, but we killed it immediately. Immediately. And I don't know why Chicago isn't calling us saying, please give us help. When you have over just a short period of time 50 murders and hundreds of people shot, and then you have a governor that stands up and says how crime is just fine. It's really crazy. But we're bringing back law and order to our country.